Hey guys, it's Alexx. This video is going to be a rant slash kind of serious at the same time, very serious actually. And I know I'm a little late to the trend, or not trend, but I'm a little late to making a response video, that's the word. To Z Smitty, he's a famous tech flopper is what I like to call him. Okay, let me just right off by the bat say that TikTokers are probably the most untalented people to walk the face of the earth. They do dances that they get from one another, and then it's just like the ripple effect. Everyone copies everyone in there. There's no originality whatsoever. It's not like your own stories. It's not like you're coming up with your own dance. There's a few here and there, but the majority of it, the vast majority of TikTok, is people copying people's dances. Let's just call it what it is. So therefore, they're probably the most untalented people in the world. Now, I write music, so that's where my talent kind of comes into play. I film and edit videos on my own, and I add my own spins and twists to them. I do that all on my own. I try to add as much originality as I can to my videos. Anyways, so I also have a Patreon. You can sign up to get exclusive content. I have been really active on there. There's one person on there right now, so thank you. They joined the $20 tier. I have 3 tiers. Patreon is just a way to get extra content, bonus content from me. So that is the way to do it. I have 3 tiers, as I just said. Or there's a $5 tier. I lowered the price. A $13 tier, which you get more. And then there's a $20 tier, which is the most. So I have it always in the description below. It's always on the screen as I'm talking. And yeah, you can find me on my social media. I have Snapchat. It's on my Alexx, 2 X's. Instagram is simply Matt15. And Twitter is Taylor's Lisa. So with all that said, let's get into the video. So it's no secret if you've been watching my channel for a while, or if you know me personally, that I'm gay. Like, hello. And if you didn't know that, you know that now. And let's just say, before I came out, I would always get shit, and I still get shit, and I will always get shit. That just comes with the things of being gay. It's one of the many non-perks, is what comes with it. And then you have the motherfuckers, like Z Schmitty, or Z Shitty, whatever the fuck his tech flopper name is, come out as a joke. Now, people have always done this, and where I'm going to get very controversial is probably going to be around now. Labels exist for a reason. Coming from a gay guy, labels exist for a reason, right? Because here's the reason why. People say that labels don't matter, and then they're the ones who like to queerbait, or they're the ones who like to dress feminine, or act gay when they don't label themselves. But that's their excuse of getting out of it, essentially. And to me, again, coming from a label gay guy who had to label themselves, labels should exist for that reason in particular. So that being said, this Z Schmitty guy did like the stupid ass TikTok of now, let me tell you this. The hardest thing a kid could ever have to do is come out as something other than straight. The hardest thing. The hardest thing. People literally get kicked out, brutally beaten, or worse, because of who they love. This pisses me off. I had to wait, because if I would have made this like last week, I would have been really, really fucking pissed off. But I like kind of calmed down a little bit, and that's why I'm here today. So I am going to Google. There's this thing called straight privilege, and this guy is a prime example of straight privilege. So I'm going to read the definition of straight privilege to you guys. Hold up, give me a minute.
This dictionary defines privilege as the right or immunity granted as an advantage or favor to some but not to others. Heterosexual privilege confers unearned and unchallenged advantages and rewards on heterosexuals solely as a result of their sexual orientation.
I personally believe everyone has some type of privilege in this world, whether it's straight privilege, white privilege, etc. But the thing is, I genuinely don't get what he gets out of this. Like, especially because he's playing the victim now and acting like he did nothing wrong.
We live in a time where people are more accepting to blurring lines of gender. Me being a straight male, I like to experiment with makeup. And I also like to wear tight clothing, often deemed as too feminine for a male to wear.
Like, this should be considered a hate crime because people literally get hated on, /killed, /beaten because of who they fall in love with. That being said, like, anybody who queerbaits or who jokes about being gay when they're actually straight, or they say, like, hey, what's up, guy, you're hot as fuck, when they're actually, like, straight, because I've seen numerous straight boys do it all the time. I just realized something. Like, all these, like, straight people trying to cancel James Charles for what he did with, like, flirting with straight boys, when one that, like, isn't a crime as long as he's not, like, harassing them. And, they canceled him. Where's your energy at with this stuff? Straight people. Instead of agreeing with him, where's your energy with trying to cancel him and call him out? Where's your energy other than the gay people doing it for you? Where's your energy when it comes to that? Let me know. Or coming from a gay guy, that is queer baiting. That is an example of it. Coming from a gay guy. And I don't want to hear anybody in the straight community or in the straight comments telling me it's not, because it is. Coming from a gay guy, once again, it's queer baiting. If a gay guy says it's queer baiting, it's queer baiting. Coming from a gay guy, once again, I don't want to hear any straight person tell me it's not, because it is. And here's the thing. I saw on Twitter the other day of a guy getting beaten in Pennsylvania, I believe. I'm not going to say exactly where to protect their location, but that's the state. That's all I'm going to give you in regards to that. Now, I got to find it on Twitter because it's in my bookmark somewhere. So this is the tweet, right? This is the tweet. My boyfriend and I was attacked by a group of homophobic guys. Thank God we are still alive. Literally almost beaten to the point that you were either unconscious or worse. I'm not going to say the other word, but I think you guys know where I'm going with this. And then this motherfucker wants to joke about coming out. When people, a prime example I just fucking showed you, almost got killed because of who they love. How is that okay? Like, anybody in their right mind, how is that okay? It's not. The hate crime, this hate crime is inhumane. It's inhumane. Joking about being gay is inhumane. When people literally get killed, get kicked out, etc. because of who they love. And you're telling me this is okay or it's a joke. And there's people literally defending him. And most of the people that are defending him are straight people. If you are not gay, you do not have a say in if you like to accept his apology or not. You don't. Your opinion is invalid and it doesn't matter because you're straight. You have the most privilege in the world if you're a straight person. I just like, it's like unfathomable to me. Hold up. I'm going to Google. This is going to piss a lot of people off, but I don't care. At this point, I really do not care. Straight privilege examples. I did this in a video before, and there's like over 30 examples. 30 plus examples of heterosexual privilege that you people have, that you straight people have, over a simple gay person like I would have. Doesn't matter because I'm white. It doesn't matter what skin color you are. Straight people, no matter what color you are, you have straight privilege no matter what. So, that being said, I don't get how you think it's right. Anybody in their right mind, I don't get how you think that is right. I don't get it. When people are literally beaten or kicked out because of who they love. I don't get it. Can you please tell me, someone who is gay, not a straight person because their opinion is invalid, how that's acceptable? And then his apology was so full of shit. Okay, like, he showed no remorse. You can tell the straight privilege was getting to him. You could just tell he didn't give a fuck. But people like me, who have homophobic family members, and some of my friends used to be homophobic, I care. Okay? I care. Because in the end, it affects me. Right? And everybody else in the community. In the gay community. Or LGBT community. Even if you're, like, straight, see, because to me, you can be straight, you can be comfortable with your masculinity, that is great, but you're not here flirting with guys, you're not here trying to get numbers, it could be a little compliment here and there, right? That's okay, fine, whatever. But if you're going to continuously wear feminine clothes, do this TikTok as if you're gay, but you're not, or bi, whether you're not, that is queer baiting. And I don't want to hear a straight person tell me it's not, or a bi person tell me it's not, because it is. It simply is. Let me read the definition of queer baiting before I get too ahead of myself. Hold up. Let me make sure I have it. I mean, granted, I don't need it because I'm gay. I know what queerbaiting is, but I don't really need Google's definition. He wears feminine clothes, which to me, I see both party sides. I say great. I think that should be accepted. I think people should wear whatever the fuck they want. That's great. But if you're a straight person, you need to label yourself as straight, so that people don't get the wrong idea or the wrong impression. And so guys don't slide in your DMs or reply to your comments. You need to make it known what you are. I'm sorry, you do, and that's why labels matter. That's when they come into play, because they matter at the end of the day. Okay, so here we go.
Queerbaiting is a marketing technique for fiction and entertainment in which creators hint at, but then do not actually depict, same-sex romance or other forms of LGBTQ.
So it is kind of what I just said. It is literally the definition. In entertainment, which creators hint at, aka wearing feminine clothes, flirting with other guys, rather than they're straight. That is queerbaiting. Literally, in the definition, that is queerbaiting. I mark my words, I was right. So anyways, I don't get how that's right. I don't get how that's acceptable. This person needs to be taken down on the app, and honestly, I think he should be arrested for causing hate crimes. Well, not necessarily like him, but to everybody else who has to come out and who actually is gay and not a fucking retard and joking like him. He needs to suffer some jail time. Yes, I'm going that far. He does. He fucking does. Because people, as the example I just showed you of the guy getting beaten, this is why, if I ever get a boyfriend in life, I'm going to be afraid to hold his hand in public. This is why. That example that I just showed you of the guy getting beaten is an example of why I'm scared to do that. You straight people don't have to worry about that. I do. I just don't understand how people think that's okay. And the fact he's getting away with it and going on with his life and still making TikToks and hasn't been banned is beyond me. People can critique him all he wants, but that's not going to do anything. He's not going to change from it. He could turn the comments off. He could ignore him. He probably doesn't even read them. This is a serious thing, people. It's not something to joke about. It's not something to take lightly. People lose their lives over this kind of stuff. This isn't funny. It never has, and it never will be. And anybody with a brain and in the right mind, whether straight, gay, bi, whatever, knows that. That queerbaiting isn't funny. I don't know why people think it's okay, as I just said. I don't get it. It's not right. It's wrong. This is why labels matter, guys. People say they don't. This is why they do. Because if labels didn't matter, anybody in the fucking world could queerbait. And this is why they matter. You need to label yourself in this day and age. You just do. I'm sorry, you do. And if you don't, you really need some, like, water in your fucking face, and, like, you need to wake up and smell the roses, and take your rose-colored glasses off and put them on the nightstand, or your bed, or your dresser, and you need to wake up and realize that they do. Coming from a gay guy who is labeled as a gay guy, labels matter. And this is why. This is why. I'm all for him dressing up however the fuck he wants. All for it. 100%. Couldn't give a fuck less. Don't give a walking, talking, or flying fuck how he dresses. Couldn't care less. I do it the same thing. I can't say anything, right? But I labeled myself as a gay person. I label myself as gay. Like I said, I'm all for it. He can dress however the fuck he wants. Obviously. No one's denying that. It's not a law. You can't do that. Obviously. But if you're going to do that, expect the criticism. Expect the hate crimes to come to you. Expect you to get beaten in public if you wear that kind of stuff in public, depending on where you live. Some other areas are worse than others. Expect that. But don't come crying here and saying I'm straight, because this is what people go through, gay people go through, on a daily fucking basis. I think I'm gonna end it here, because I think I've said all I needed to say. I don't want to hear any straight person bitching at me in the comments or bi person bitching at me in the comments. It's called queerbaiting, not bi baiting. It's called queerbaiting for a reason. And yeah. So, I think I'm gonna end it here. Because as I just said, when they don't label themselves, that's their excuse of getting out of it and getting the hate for it. But it didn't really work. It kind of backfired on him, didn't it? He needs to get canceled. And I don't remember it trending on Twitter. But if it was someone blackfishing, they probably would get hate up the fucking ass. They'd cancel them in an instant. But when it's a gay person, I don't know. There's different standards for both. I can talk about that video on Patreon, too, if you want to see that. Yeah. I'm going to end it here. So, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.